Good morning, all of you. Today, I will give you an idea about machining operations in CNC milling machine. I want to cut this profile in a CNC milling machine. See, this is my starting point. From starting point to A, B, C, D. This is the path of the cutter. The dimensions, the overall dimensions of this piece will be displayed here. First of all, the axis designation. Suppose this is the starting point, this is the origin 0 0. Then from this point to this direction, in the right direction, the tool movement, this direction is the X direction. If this is as my 0 0, then this movement will be positive X and this movement will be negative X. And from this SP to this moment, this is positive Y. From this SP to the bottom portion, this is negative Y. And the surface of the workpiece is set as Z0, and the downward movement of the workpiece is Z negative, which means depth of cut is negative, and Z positive means tool is retracted from this surface. So tool is moved from this starting point to A, B, C, etc. So this is my first block, N01, G71, G90, G94. N means sequence number or block number which is used for identifying this block. G71 means metric selection. G90 means absolute programming. G94 means feed in millimeter per minute. This is my first block, and this block is represented by the sequence word N01. And the second block is N02, G00. G00 means rapid traverse. So tool moves to X minus 20. The tool knows that this point is X0, then X minus 20 means tool is in this place. So this is the tool's position in the left side. And the third block is N03, G00, Z minus 10. This means depth of cut is 10 millimeter because the surface of the workpiece is set as Z0. And next block is N04, G01. G01 means linear interpolation. G42, D02. This is very important. G42 means cutter diameter compensation right. When we write a CNC program, we consider the center line of the program, center line of the cutter. But the cutter has some radius. So this program is written in such a way that we consider the center line of the cutter. But we know that the cutter has some radius. If we don't compensate the cutter diameter, what happens is that the center line of the cutter is in this point, which means the radius of the cutter is here. So with this, the tool moves in right direction. What happens? This extra portion will be cut. Because of this extra portion cutting, we cannot use this portion as a part of the assembly because this is a part of another complicated assembly. So our main aim is to compensate the radius. So from SP to A, the tool will compensate in the right direction. Suppose SP to A, this is the left hand side and this is the right hand side. So cutter will compensate in the right side. So this is code G42, cutter compensation right. So now the tool just touch in this position, which means the periphery of the cutter touch this portion. Otherwise, if I don't apply this compensation in the program, what happens? The center line of the cutter is here. Because of that, extra cutting will be happen. So for avoiding that, I just gave the cutter compensation. D02 means, what about the compensation? This is the radius of the cutter stored in the memory of the controller. So x0, y0, so this is my x0, y0. So tool moves from x minus 20 to this point with the cutter compensation. S is spindle speed, it is 1000 rpm, feed is 200. The unit of feed is millimeter per minute according to this code G94. So feed is 200 millimeter per minute. M03 means spindle on. So the next aim is to move the cutter from this starting point to A. So for that, I gave the code N05 G01 X70. So from starting point to A, this is X70. So you just add this 15 plus 15 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5 plus 10 plus 10. These total gives to 70. So from SP to A, the distance is 70. So X is 70. So N05 G01 X is 70. Then from A to B, from A to B is the circular interpolation in the counterclockwise direction. So for that, I gave the code G03. G03 means circular interpolation in the counterclockwise direction. Then the endpoints means the point of B. What about the point of B? X is 85, this is 70, this radius is 15, so X is 85. And what about Y? Y is 15 because this radius is 15. And this is called, I is called X parameter and J is called Y parameter. See, I means distance from start point and center point of the tool along X axis. See, this is the current position of the tool and this is the center point of the arc. So the distance between start point and center point along X, there is no movement is there, so that's why I value is 0. And J value, what about the J value? Distance between start point and center point along Y axis. So this is start point, this is center point, so this distance is 15. So I just gave this J value is 15. Is it clear? Okay. Then from B to C, this is again linear interpolation G01, say N07, G01, Y35. So tool moves from this point B to C with G01. Then again C to D. C to D is again circular interpolation in the counterclockwise direction. So G03, X70, Y50. X70 means this point, the end point, this point. X is 70, Y is 50. And then I parameter and J parameter. See, this is the tool's position and this is the center. So distance between start point and center point along X axis. So the value is 15. And you know that from this point in this direction, X value is negative. That's why I gave I as negative 15. And distance between start point and center point along Y axis, there is no distance is there. So that's why the J value will be 0, J0. So now the tool's position is D. Again D to E, this is linear interpolation G01. So this is N09, G01, X60. Okay. So all other tool movements are linear interpolation. You just gave the coordinates only. So from E to F, this is again linear interpolation. F to G, this is linear interpolation. G to H, again linear interpolation. H to I, again linear interpolation. I to J, this is again linear interpolation. J to K, again linear interpolation. K to L, linear interpolation. G01. L to M, again linear interpolation. M to N, again linear interpolation. And N to SP. This is the final cut. See, this is the all other movements are linear interpolation. See, G01, 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 all other codes are G01. Okay, so G is N19, G01, X0, Y0, which means that now this is the tool's position. And you see that N20, G40. G40 means cutter diameter compensation cancel. And finally N21, G00, X minus 20, Z20. X minus 20 means tool moves from this portion to this portion. Z20 means tool is retracted 20 millimeter away from the surface of the workpiece, because the surface of the workpiece is Z0. And finally N22, M30. So this is the CNC programming on a milling machine. Thank you.